All right. So we back. That's crazy. Zoom
That's
is
crazy.
Zoom is crazy, man. Zoom is crazy. I think
It's
it cut you
actually,
off mid. It cut you off mid sentence, which I knew it was
it
going.
probably
I knew it was going to do that. So
it did, but I mean, it really, it's okay. I guess my point was
yeah,
that in reality, when it becomes a habit, it gets hard to break that cycle because people don't become aware that they have a cycle going on, and in order to stop the cycle, you got to become aware. And once you become aware, then it becomes a whole different process. Then we're talking about uh creating, creating thoughts, positive thoughts that counter these negative thoughts, taking care of yourself, making sure that you're eating well, it becomes all these things that are different. But until you realize it, and half these people don't. Look at how late it was for Whitney, and look at how late it was for Michael Jackson, you know?
that's great. That's crazy, man. Like it's just really crazy out here, man. And again, it's like I said, like you got to do things that are going to allow you to sustain your life for real. You know what I'm saying? It's like I understand, like life will come and go, but it's like you got to have good stewardship over your body. You can't just live like, oh, okay, like I'm just going to just go ahead and mess myself up. You can't be living like that for real. Like you got to really take care of yourself for real. And unfortunately, some people, they die sooner than they're supposed to because again, it's like, what are you doing to take care of yourself? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing to, really
What do you do?
sustain your health? Because your health
Yeah.
is one of the most important things. You know what I'm saying? You can have all the money, you can have all the fame, but it's going to be hard to enjoy some of the things in life if your health, especially your mental health, is not in check. So you got to really look at, okay, what is it that is giving me this stressful situation? You have to go back and review your cycle, and you have to see, okay, what is it in that cycle that causes my health, my mental and physical health to break down? And that's where you got to eliminate whatever that is. And see, we get so fearful to do that because we feel like, let's say it's our job that's giving us mental stress, that's causing our relationships with our family and
Mhm.
our friends to break apart because of something your boss doing to you, some because your coworker doing to you. You know what I'm saying? The most important thing that I realized about life is the relationships with people. I make it a priority to spend time with people who I have that strong relationship with. You know what I'm saying? So again, you thinking like, oh, your job is one thing. Having money is one thing. But the thing is, like, the time you spend with people, you ain't gonna get that back. You may think, oh, I got all this time to see this person, but do you really? You know what I'm saying? So again, it's those relationships that you value. It's the people you know, that for me is really the most valuable thing about my life. So if something is causing that tension between yourself and the people around you, you have to eliminate that, man. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's like your job or it's like anything, man, that's causing
That's
that tension.
emotional turmoil within you. That's so true. It tends to happen though a lot of times, Chris, that people don't even want to confront it because they're scared. It's
Mhm.
that fear they have of reliving that moment. So they'd rather just do away with that moment. But if you don't change the root of the problem that you have, then the problem is still going to consist. If there's a tree that's dying, you've got to take it out from the roots. You can't just cut it off because it's just going to continue rotting. You've got to kind of take it out from the root, from what I hear. Now, it's the same thing. If you don't do it with yourself, then you're not going to be able to heal appropriately and move forward to be able to think differently at all.
Exactly.
And some people are not ready for that conversation, and that's key. That conversation is so key. And it's one to be had with yourself, not with everybody else, but one with yourself. Where is it that I'm going? What's my purpose? Do I like what I'm doing? Am I aware of it? How can I fix it? Where can I go from here to fix what's happening right now? Because what I'm doing to myself is not good. A lot of people think that it's the right thing. I mean, I've seen people pop pills like it's nothing, like it's just a regular vitamin. I've seen people do drugs like it's just like, oh, it's nothing,
Now,
and that's the sad part.
mhm. Now that's actually funny how you talk about that because I actually watched a documentary about prescription thugs. I don't know if you ever seen that documentary, but
No.
it's crazy. Now, I could go on and talk about the business side of that, but that's gonna be a different podcast. Now, there is a whole reason why people take so many pills, but that's a different topic. This is a different topic because it's crazy. Like, watch Prescription Thugs like on your own time. Like, it's free on YouTube, and it's crazy. Like, it'll blow your mind for real. About that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I got a little off topic for a little bit because we was talking about pills, and I instantly thought about that documentary I watched a few days ago.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Like, it's a business. But anyway, that's besides the point. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, like, people turn to that stuff because of a void that because of a gap in their life that needs to be filled. So they feel like, okay, like the pills, like taking pills, drinking excessively, smoking excessively, you know, doing anything excessively, watching TV excessively is going to give me the is going to fill the gap in my life. When in reality is it's not. It's like it's literally like a band-aid, right? It's a band-aid. Like when your mama told you, oh, just put a band-aid over your boo-boo, it'll be all right. But in
Yep.
reality, is the boo boo's still there. It's not going nowhere. Like the band aid is just a cover up. Like if you take it off, guess what's gonna happen? It's gonna scab. You see what I'm saying? So it really ain't going nowhere. It's still there. It's just scabbing now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
that's what a lot of us do with the emotional void or the emotional gap in our lives is we just like to put band-aids over it. We don't ever want to tackle the problem. We just want to put the band-aid over and think, oh, it's gonna be okay. I'll just keep doing that, because it temporarily makes me feel good. When reality is, once you come back down from that high, or once you come off being drunk, it's still there. It ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
So again, like you
Yes.
may have to get some help, and there's nothing wrong with seeking help. Like you're not going to be soft because again, you gotta think about yourself. Like some people be like, "Oh, what if this person makes me feel, or what if this person thinks I'm soft, or what if this person, thinks of me differently?" But it's like you gotta do it for yourself. Like you can't worry about what everybody else thinking for real. So again, you know, you have to really understand. You got to really value yourself enough to be able to, really take on those challenges that you are facing in your life and turn them around. You know what I'm saying? But that starts with either getting the help that you need or just being able to cut some things out. And I know that's not easy, but again, you have to really decide, you have to really determine what's important. You know what I'm saying? If you want to, live a better life, you have to figure out, okay, what is it that's stopping me from doing that? And once you figure out the source of the problem, then you can continue to move forward in your life. But if all you do is continue to, try to cover it up and never deal with the problem or never fix the gap in your life, it will always be there. So,
Yeah. It's pretty much true what you're saying. It's just, it's giving yourself love. When you start making yourself a priority, then you start changing all those things. But if you don't make yourself a priority, then none of that's going to change. Because once you are there and you say, okay, I'm putting myself at the top of the list, then you start fixing things like what we're talking about, those emotional traumas, whatever baggage you're feeling, whatever is going on. You start fixing that one on purpose and with intention because you love yourself that much. And I remember reading one time something that struck out to me so much when I was on my journey of self love, and it says something like, if you're willing to take care of someone else, your friend, and love them that much, and you know, take care of them to the point where if a car was coming, you push them out of the road, then why can't you do that for yourself? Why can't you treat yourself with the same love and respect that you give someone else? And when you treat yourself with the same love and respect, that means, hey, I'm out here doing better for me. I'm fixing that problem I had. I'm fixing the fact that I used to go maybe every week and get blackout drunk. I'm fixing the fact that I decided that I decided not to do any of these drugs anymore, not to hang out with those people, or not to do whatever it is, because it's not always drugs or alcohol. It could be something like picking the wrong man or picking the wrong partner, period. It could be something like excessive spending on a credit card. Whatever it is, when you make yourself a priority, you change those things with intention and with purpose.
Hmm.
It's that simple.
There you go. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Self love is very important. You know what I'm saying? Self love is really like what you got to do, man. And sometimes, man, like I said, like we sometimes we look in the wrong places for love, but really,
Mm,
it comes from within. It comes from seeing yourself as valuable, like I talk about on Wednesdays. The Know Your Worth Wednesday series. It's talking about seeing yourself as valuable and knowing that you've been put here for a reason, and that your life is purposeful. And sometimes, when things happen, when we face challenging circumstances in our life, we think that it's over. We think that all because we didn't get the job that we wanted, or our life is over, or
right.
we didn't get, we let's say you had a marriage and it didn't work out. We think that, oh yeah, my life is over. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of circumstances out, that make us feel like, oh yeah, just because this didn't happen in our life, or this didn't happen at the exact time we wanted to happen, that our life is over. Did you know that you can mess your life up completely and you still be okay? You could go down
Failure does not
you can go down the darkest road. You can be hooked on drugs. You could be alcoholic. You can be whatever, man. But you know that at the end of the day, if you still alive and you still woke up this morning, that your life is still gonna be okay because you've been given another chance to turn around. Did you know that? But again,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we don't see that because we're so caught up in our circumstances that we think this is the only, thing that my life was supposed to be. Because I didn't get the engineering job that I wanted, that's my whole life. Because, I don't have the Lamborghini in the driveway, that's my life. And I didn't get it, but I see somebody else with it, and my life is a failure because I didn't get that car, I didn't get that house. But yet again, you realize that there are people who will wish they could have the opportunity, who wish that they could be able to enjoy, be able to be here today. There's people in the grave. Go drive past a grave site and see how many all them people buried in there, man. You know what I'm saying? And you complaining about, oh, cause I don't this person don't like me, or oh, this my boss. Like, come on, man. You will have the ability to manifest within yourself the life that you want to have, man. So again,
That's
before you start trying to look at your circumstances and be like, oh, my life is over. My life will never be the same. Well, guess what? You still got life. So why you mad? Again,
yeah.
we got to break that cycle, man. We got to break that habit of thinking like, oh, because we hit a roadblock or we hit a detour, that all our life is just gonna be over. We should just surrender our life to alcohol, surrender our life to pills. Come on, man.
Life, I've always said that life is like a puzzle. And if it didn't work one way, it'll work another way. So it's about
Exactly.
finding the solution to everything and the piece that fits. So that solution is the piece that fits to your life. And a lot of people don't see that. Like you said, they think it's over. Oh my gosh, I couldn't do this because it was over. I didn't know it was this. I didn't know it was that. And they're quick to give up, and they're quick to give up on their dreams and feel like such failure. Oh my gosh, this didn't work out. Or um, I see this every day, and I know this is like a silly example, but I not every day. I watch John Taffer sometimes, and what he does is he takes, John Taffer's, he takes these bars and clubs or restaurants and takes them from making no money to getting stable. And
Yep.
one of
Yep.
the things is, like, every time you hear the excuse of the owner, it's like, oh, the recession, or new restaurants came in and I failed, or it's not the same. It's like excuses. And he tells them all the time, what you have is are excuses. And it falls through the crack. And they say that what you have on the outside represents what's in the inside. So these owners have a crappy bar, they're not making any money, or restaurant, excuse me, they're not making any money, and they're giving a whole bunch of excuses. Now fit that example into our lives. How many times do we not make excuses? Oh, well, I can't do that because I need the money, or if I leave this job, there's nothing else. There's a person who worked with me, same thing. uh where else am I going to go? What do you mean, where else you're going to go? There's like 30,000 companies ready to hire. There's so much opportunity, but it's that narrow-mindedness. It's that thinking and not loving yourself to say, you want to know what, there is, and this didn't work out, there's something better for me. What lesson can I take from all of this? Instead of focusing on what you didn't get and what you don't have, focus on what the lesson is. Maybe that wasn't for you. Maybe that wasn't for you. Maybe there's something else better for you, and that's what's supposed to be given to you. Some people don't think that way, though. They think very negatively. And so they're in this, like you said, they're sitting in their circumstance, in their own melodrama, and it's so thick that they can't see beyond that. And that's crazy.
That's
It's
crazy.
crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy for real. But yeah.
Because I was once there.
Hmm.
Not because I wasn't there, I was there. I was so stuck in my melodrama and wallowing in my own sorrow that I couldn't see 2 feet in front of me to realize you have a lot more. This is the journey you're going on. Embrace it, love yourself, make choices for you purposely. And when I started doing that, I started seeing a change. But some people don't see that, and it takes them a while. And that's okay, it's their journey, as long as they see it.
Amen. Amen. Let the church say amen. Amen. Amen to that. All right. Now it's 8:36. It's about Sandra's bedtime. It's actually a little past Sandra's bedtime. We're gonna have to let her go to sleep. But like I said, like uh man, that's crazy. We like I said, like even like, when we talk about adversity, we talk about, like I said, like facing challenges, circumstances. Like today, like, when we was doing this episode, we had a glitch. Like Zoom decided, okay, we're gonna cut y'all off, but we were able to recover. And so again, that's life. Like that's life. Like life is going to throw you off, but again, it's all about how you react, because life is basically 10% what happened to you, 90% how you react. So in any circumstance in your life, it's all about how you react to the situation. Like I could have been like, man, I could have been mad. I could have just like stopped doing it. But again, I realized like that's gonna happen. Not everything you do is gonna be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Not everything is going everything you try, not everything you get into is gonna work out, the way you want it to. But again, it's about adaptability, it's learning how to adapt and be able to still keep your head up in those circumstances and remaining strong and knowing that, okay, I have an ultimate goal, but I'm not gonna stop till I get there. And if that has to
Yeah,
take sacrifice, whether it's sacrificing, your time, sacrificing sleep sometime, you gotta do what you gotta do sometime, man. But again, as long as it's something that you are passionate about and that you want to do, like I said, you won't mind the process. Okay. So
Right.
again,
Right.
I would rather spend my time doing something I want to do, going after something, pursuing something I want to do, versus dreading to do something that I don't want to do. So again, breaking the cycle. Break the cycle, man. If you don't get anything out of this, if there's a cycle you in and you just don't feel like yourself and you feel tired and you feel exhausted every single day, come on, man. You gotta break the cycle, man. Take it out. Remove what it is that's draining you, or use it as an opportunity. If you got a person that's draining you, let's say you make 20, $30 at $30 an hour at your job. If that person is constantly draining you, let's say you got a friend who keep draining you, bro, just be like, hey, you can do all that, but I'm gonna need 30 an hour. I'm gonna charge you. I'm gonna charge you. You
Yeah.
know, for all that time you wasting on me draining, I'm gonna need 30 an hour. So sometimes, man, like I said, like it just depends on how you handle it, man. Just depends on how you handle the situation. But again, everybody got everybody just gotta, be able to learn how to, react and be able to adapt sometimes. And like I
Yep.
said, if you don't like the way you're going, you have the drive, you have the wheel. You can go ahead and steer it in any way you want to. But sometimes we don't realize that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's all about mindset.
hmm But anyway, man, that's all I got for y'all today, man. Like I said, um, go check me out on Instagram at disinfecting your life. That's no spaces, no capitals. Also follow my girl Sandra Cruz on Instagram. I will put her Instagram in the
Yes.
link in the description. But if you follow me on Instagram, you should be able to see her because she's been on my most recent episode. So if you see her, I always tag her so you can find her through there. But I also put it in the description as well. So definitely go check her out, man. She got a lot of great stuff going on. I think I saw a post about your cleanse, your 14-day cleanse. I think
Yeah.
that was correct, right? That was about the cleanse, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, it starts May 23rd. So if people want to find out how to join, either hit me up on Instagram, DM me, and I'll give you all the information. It's gonna be good. It's a hypoallergenic cleanse, so it's not like a water cleanse or these new phasing cleanse. It's more like wholesome, good organic food. So it's gonna be interesting.
Yep. I would most definitely take place in that. So I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to being able to go on this journey. Like I told y'all in my last episode that just came out today, I opened up about my changes in my diet with my girl Jennifer Heisen. So if you want to go check that out, please go check that out. It's out there now on all the platforms: Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. So definitely go check that out, man. Um, but anyway, man, that's a wrap for today's show, man. This your boy Chris Simmons alongside uh, partner in crime Sandra Cruz. We out. Take care, y'all.
Bye.
Peace.